Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And today, I finished a book off of the Preteen Teen Challenge. But first, coffee. I recently got Jobby, and I will be doing a big video on that later. Okay, so if you're new here, I have been working through 2 reading challenges, and this one I have deemed the adult one because there are some parts of books that are not kid appropriate. This is my adult reading challenge. It's 2024 reading challenge, and I can leave a link for this in the description if you want to go check that out. It'll be labeled. We'll talk about this one later. And 2024 Preteen Teen Reading Challenge. This was my first draft of the Preteen Teen Challenge, so there are typos on my copy. Like, reading is not capitalized. I don't know. But I have finished The Secrets of an Old Clock. And, I was so happy. One of the reasons why this one is taking me so long is my library doesn't have some of the books, or they have to try to get the books. And the reason my adult challenge is taking so long is because I started a really big book, and I can only get Audible books like once a month because of the credit thingy. And anyway, we're not here for that. The Secrets of an Old Clock, Nancy Drew. So, funny story, I actually have this book, but it's in storage. And since we do not have access to the storage until we have a place of our own, I had to find the library copy. Yeah. Anyway, Secrets of an Old Clock. Nancy Drew. You can never go wrong with Nancy Drew. I'm trying to think of anything bad in this book. There are some snide remarks because the one family doesn't like Nancy Drew. Oops. I set my book down where my coffee was, so it had water on the back of the book. And there are some robbers that Nancy gets not involved with, like, not like friends with them, but they shove her in a closet, and she thinks, I'm doomed, I'm gonna starve to death. I thought the story was really good. It is an older book. It's it looks like the copyright by the Simon & Schuster was in 1930. How cool is that? Like, I love getting my hands on old books or older books. I think my copy is actually a copy that was my grandma's. I'm not positive about that one. I know I have a few of them. But I thought this was a good book for kids or preteens, teens that are getting into chapter books. It is a chapter book. The chapters are pretty short. About 10 pages, give or take a page or two. And, I mean, it kind of gives away part of the mystery by telling you it's called The Secret of the Old Clock. So there's not like a big, like, how Nancy gets the clock is a bit risky. So, like, if you have younger kids reading this, like whenever I was reading it to my 4-year-old, I was like, oh, we don't You don't go into strangers' trucks, even if they have stolen stuff and you're just trying to prove that it's what you're looking for. We don't go into strangers' vehicles, period. But, yeah. Nancy is 18, 19. She's just out of high school. Right? 18. She helps her dad out a lot. This was back before everything had to be so, like, in a box. This is the way we do things. So she's helping her dad, who is a lawyer. She takes papers from his office to wherever they need to go, and, like, they're official papers. So, like, nowadays that would never fly. But, yeah. So there's that. She is a teenager. She's a teenager. We see her go to a camp with some friends. She's only there for a few days, and then she's like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta finish my sleuthing. And, yeah. Let me see if there's any thing that I can read to you. The back of the book says, for cliffhanging suspense and thrilling action, read the Nancy Drew Mystery Stories. The world's most popular mystery series for young readers. Millions of fans have matched wits with Nancy, helped her solve more than 50 baffling mysteries, from the secrets of the old clock to the haunting mystery of the 13th Pearl. And it just says, join in the fun, get the whole collection. I have like 100 Nancy Drew books. Yeah, so I have quite a collection. I've always liked Nancy Drew. I like all the different TV shows, although there's one that I'm like, that's not Nancy. That's... you know, if you've watched my videos before, I've played the Nancy Drew games. I can't wait to play Nancy Drew some more. It's been like, I just want to play. There is a TV show, what was I saying? There's a TV show that is not a kid Nancy Drew TV show. So if you're gonna watch Nancy Drew with your kid or your teenager, maybe pre-watch the TV show before you realize, you know. I can't remember what it's on, but I was like, oh, Nancy Drew, and I had watched some of the movies with my 4-year-old, or she was 3 at the time, and she seemed to be, you know, okay, like, you know, she was 3 too. She didn't really care to watch movies. And I was like, oh, a TV show, and I had watched the Hardy Boys TV show, and you know, so I was like, oh, this will be fine, and I put it on without looking at the rating, and I was like, oh, well, you're not watching this. Because it was based in nowadays, and teenagers were doing adult things. If you understand what I'm saying. So just pre-watch anything that you're gonna have your kid watch. I thought the book was really good. I do have a problem. I have a problem because my name is Stephanie with a PH, and so I want to pronounce PH sounds. But there is a family in this, and I'm not sure if it's Topham or Topham, because I know sometimes names are like that, where you pronounce them in 2 syllables like that, and so I just kept saying Tomham, instead of Tofam. Tofam. Anyway, it's Topham. And I was like, I don't know which one's right or wrong because I wasn't back in the day whenever she, have never met Carolyn Keene. I can't ask her. How do you pronounce this name? I'm sure either way is fine since they're fictional people. But I liked the story. I liked going through with Nancy and meeting all of these people and trying to figure out. Well, it starts off the people you meet by accident because Nancy saves their grandniece. I was like, how do you say that? And that's how the mystery starts, with the burglar movers. They're robbing people without them realizing that they're being robbed. And then from that, Nancy finds out about Josiah Crowley, and then she's like, oh yeah, the Tomhams or Tophams, just, they took care of him, and they're getting all his money, all of his estate, and the sisters, the two aunts, are like, yeah, he always told us that, we were supposed to get something, but I guess he changed his mind. And it leads her on this little hunt, this little trail, and it's fun to follow. It's fun to try to figure out the case before Nancy does. There's really not, you can't go wrong with the Nancy Drew book. There's not any, I guess there is some name calling because one of the Topham sisters calls Nancy. What is she? I don't remember. I just know that I'm not going through the whole book, and there are a few times that they talk. Nancy witnesses the Topham sisters being mean, or talking mean to the people who work in a store, and then she hears them talk about herself, Nancy herself. She's kind of being sneaky when she hears, and then she also hears the way that they talked about Josiah Crowley, which was their uncle who lived with them, and yeah. So there is some mean word, not mean, it's from the 30s. Oh goodness. It's from the 1930s. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It's almost the 30s again. I'm sorry. My brain just shorted out. It was a good book. And I think that more young people should read the older books. If the parents say it's okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Why? Wow. All I can say is wow. I thought it was a good book, and I'm not going to tell you how it ends. I'm not going to tell you if they find a new will or anything like that, and who is infected. I did like the ending, though. Yeah. Karma. Anyway, I will leave the link for Nancy Drew, The Secrets of the Old Clock, in my description section, along with my reading challenges. I will be... Stay tuned for videos on some coffee stuff and some candle stuff, and the next book that I'll probably be done with is The Mischief Knights Are Murder by Libby Klein. Yeah, I had to read that because that's a tongue twister. And hopefully one day I'll finish reading Stephen King's fairy tale. I will leave the links for those books that I just talked about also. And I think the next kid book that I'm going to read is either the Goosebumps book or the series of unfortunate events. Oh my gosh, my brain shorted out. On the preteen teen list. And that's all I have to talk about. I am gonna drink some more coffee. This is my favorite coffee cup. I got it for free. Well, not free, but with my points a few years ago. This is my favorite coffee cup. So you'll probably see this more. That's it. If you use my links for the books, not the reading challenges, but the books, I get a few pennies if you buy the book, and I really appreciate that because it helps. It really does. I am taking book recommendations for the next reading challenges. So if you know, so drop in the comment section a book to go on the preteen teen reading challenge for 2025, or a book that could go on the reading challenge for the adults. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going with. I totally spaced out. I don't know. I need more coffee, I guess. Lots going on. That's all I have to talk about. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave me a comment. Please don't just be like, boring. You gotta give me more. Like, why was it boring? So I can fix the problem. Thanks. And subscribe, please. If you're not sure if you want to subscribe, you can click my face. It'll be down here somewhere. And you can go check out some other videos to see if I'm someone you want to watch. I make a lot of random videos. It's just things that I'm like, oh, I would have liked to know about this before I bought it. Or, books. Books are my favorite thing. Oh, or coffee. Oh, both. And so share this video because sharing is caring, and maybe someone else wants to know if Nancy Drew is a fit for them, or if there's any issues that they need to think about before they let their preteen teen read it. That is all I have to talk about. I will see you on my next video.